Hi, Damien Keogh from the Sydney Kings here. Now it's time to move on to the pick of the action from round 7 of the NBL.
Adonis Jordan began to blitz the Rollers, notching 19 points for the term. Mike Mitchell again showed the way for the Gold Coast. And they continued to go on with it, Darren Lucas shooting at 100% up until midway through the term. South East Melbourne were outclassing the Rollers, dominating at both ends of the court. The margin stretched to 22 points going into the last.
In the end of the game, but this is a nice start. Fred Herzog getting that fast break and jam.
Well, that's right, Billy. I mean, it's not whether you start the game, it's whether you finish. And once he got in the basketball game, he just did things like this. From the bench and put him into the game, I guess that's the kind of production you want to have.
Well, there's a very fixed pattern to this game. Nice hops there from Leon. A very solid backup performance from the non-imports, wasn't it? And generally, Sydney's execution has been very good, and that is a classic example of the understanding already built up between the two imports, Donaldson and Trimmingham.
And so that's why they're playing such good basketball, and they're playing with such confidence when they shoot the ball, too.
Yeah, he didn't have a huge game. There's the jam from Darryl McDonald there. Another assist coming up. Johnson gets on the end of that one.
And themselves, I mean, if they get open, they'll get the basketball delivered when they want it and where they want it, and that helps when you're shooting the basketball.
Lucas on the fast break again. Now, that was Rupert Sapwell on that occasion, but here's the jump shot from Adonis Jordan.
The first quarter went basket for basket, and at the break, the Cannons held a narrow 28-27 lead. Pass into Reese. Half-time, 57-48. The third quarter and a Hawks blitz. With Butch Hayes and Melvin Thomas leading the way, they outclassed the Cannons and outscored them 43-17 to take a winning lead 91-74.
The man who was doing it all was North Melbourne's Rod Johnson. Johnson was in devastating form in the first term, delivering big three-pointers. Sensational import Darryl McDonald was again paying his way with magnificent assists like this sizzler. The fans had a game on their hands. The tension grew. Darryl McDonald again on the receiving end. Geelong looked certain to steal North Melbourne's 7th straight win until, with just a couple of seconds on the clock, Mark Leader snapped off this last-ditch shot. The three-pointer whisked the Giants to a 1-point win right on the buzzer.
Well, the Falcons answered Newcastle's, the Rollers' great start with an 18-2 run midway through the second half. The Falcons pulled back to lead by 40-35. Big reaction there from Terry Dozier.
Well, Tony D'Ambrosis on the other side had 15. Derek Rucker, he can do it all, can he? That's why he's so tough.
We're about to see a marvellous piece of work from Mike Mitchell. Tremendous, makes the steal, breaks away.
Now they're down to the last 10. They don't want a shot away. Oh, LaFleur makes it. And he goes up.
I'll tell you what, there's not too many more talented rosters, and I'm talking about both rosters.
That must be one of the reasons why Andrews Faldenis isn't playing as many minutes, because Blakemore's been playing great basketball. The Tigers are usually running that 1-2 play from Gaze to Copeland or Copeland to Gaze. It doesn't really matter. Two of the most potent scorers in the league and their teammates.
And here's Ninnis on that typical fast break finish. Didn't do the dunk this time, and now we're back after we see that one. Beautiful stuff. Very, very tight. Only 1 point to the Tigers. Behind the back pass, Andrew Gaze. Copeland there in no man's land. And what would a game be without the trademark alley-oop for these guys?
Grace, baseline, kicked it back out. Foot race on now. Smith leads the break, and the one-handed jam is good.
Bruce Blair typified the devil desire to keep Perth quiet for 3 minutes as they clawed back to snatch a 1-point lead at half-time, 53-52.
Ricky Grace, the bounce pass to Crawford. Crawford now working hard. A reject by Talbot. He came from nowhere.
Their toll on the Devils.
Watterson left open. Now he pulls the trigger, and it rattled down.
Talford's coast-to-coast was all-class in a blue-collar game that both teams worked hard for.
24-year-old Talford takes it all the way.
Like we said with that vertical leap, Brian Andrews, who shot the ball pretty well on the night, but just not enough shots from Townsville Suns and too many successful baskets.
Another turnover. The game heavily influenced by the 29-18 Brisbane effort in the second quarter. That really made the difference. Only 3 of the Suns' roster scored.
Scorers to be able to do it. Leroy Loggins, Andre Moore, they can get you from so many different areas. Ricky Jones.
Hi, I'm Darryl McDonald from the Giants. You're watching Swish 94 video. And hey, have you heard of some of the collectible cool Coke cans with some of the freshest NBL players? That's it. Collect a set of 12 cans and win some great prizes. You might even see me on the can.